Today our study is about classifying shapes. We'll apply the knowledge from previous lessons about the sides, vertices, and angles of a variety of polygons. The question for today is, how can you describe different groups of shapes? Let's read the story to set the standard and the background for the lesson. Ethan made two groups of polygons. He made group 1 with rhombuses and group 2 with trapezoids. How are the two groups different? How are the two groups alike? Look at the very top portion of this page. You will see group 1 with the rhombuses and group 2 with the trapezoids. Next, we need to think, how are some ways the two groups are different? In group 1, all the sides are the same length, but in group 2, all the sides are not the same length. In group 1, both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. In group 2, only one pair of opposite sides are parallel. That's because they're trapezoids, so they only have one pair of parallel lines. Next, let's consider some of the ways the two groups are alike. First, all of the figures are polygons. They all have 4 sides and 4 vertices. All of the polygons in both of these groups, group 1 and group 2, are part of the larger group, which are called quadrilaterals. So group 1 and group 2 have similarities and they have differences. Now let's work through numbers 1 through 7 together. So if you don't have your spiral notebook and your pencil, turn off the video or put it on pause and go and get your supplies, and we'll work the next problems together. Let's get started. Number 1, draw a shape that belongs to Ethan's group number 1. Pause the video and draw one of the figures that belongs to Ethan's group number 1. This is the shape that I chose. You could have chosen the parallelogram or the square, but this particular shape, the rhombus, spoke to me. Number 2, draw a shape that belongs to Ethan's group 2. Again, pause the video and draw a shape that belongs to Ethan's group 2. I chose the trapezoid that had the narrow portion at the bottom. There is also a trapezoid with a right angle. That's the trapezoid that's to the right of the group. You could have chosen any one of the trapezoids. And we always remember that a trapezoid, for our purposes, has exactly one pair of parallel lines. Moving on to number 3. To which larger group of polygons do both the figures you drew belong? Stop the video, think about what is the larger group, and write your answer for number 3. I hope you wrote quadrilaterals. If you didn't, cross it out and write the word quadrilaterals. Rhombuses and trapezoids both belong to the larger group quadrilaterals. They have 4 sides and 4 vertices and 4 angles. So they are part of the quadrilateral family. Number 4, draw a shape that belongs to the larger group but does not belong to group 1 or group 2. So think about it. What is the larger group? Stop the video and draw your figure. I drew this rectangle. It is not like a rhombus because all four sides are not equal. And it is not a trapezoid because a rectangle has two pairs of parallel lines. Moving on to number 5. Nellie drew a group of rectangles and a group of trapezoids. Tell how rectangles and trapezoids are different. Stop the video and take your time to express yourself clearly. You could state the answer in a variety of ways, but this is what I wrote. Rectangles have 4 right angles. Trapezoids do not have 4 right angles. Number 6. Tell how rectangles and trapezoids are alike. I think for this one, I'll keep it pretty simple. Stop the video and write your answer. I went with the most obvious answer. Rectangles and trapezoids have 4 sides and 4 vertices. They also have 4 angles. They're quadrilaterals. Now let's do problem 7. Generalize. To which larger group of polygons do both rectangles and trapezoids belong? Pause the video and write your answer. I hope you wrote quadrilaterals. Check your spelling if you did. And also, if that was not your answer, cross out what you wrote and write the word quadrilaterals. These shapes have 4 sides, 4 angles, 4 vertices. They belong to the larger group called quadrilaterals. Okay, it's time for you to go to work. You will answer number 8 through 16 in your spiral notebook by yourself. And I will have the answer key for you tomorrow. As you're working through number 8 through 16, be very thoughtful. Think about all the meanings of quadrilaterals and polygons at large. And remember that for some of the answers, there's a variety of ways you could answer the questions. Again, take your time to work through the problems carefully. You can pause the video and work from this screen, or go back to your Google presentation, and I will share this slide with you. If you put it in present mode, the writing is large and it's easier to see. I'm looking forward to you doing your best work.